So one of the biggest battles in all of college football recruiting has just been decided as Carnell Tate, the five-star wide receiver from Chicago who plays his high school football for IMG in Florida, has chose Ohio State. Now many believed this was a two-team race between Ohio State and Tennessee, but teams such as Notre Dame and LSU were also in the running. However, it is the Buckeyes who continue their insane run of not only recruiting, but wide receiver talent choosing to go to Columbus. We need to break down what this means for Ohio State and what this means for a team such as Tennessee. Before we do, as always, y'all know the drill. I need to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, Y for yes, N for no. Are you surprised Tate chose Ohio State? And let me know what you're thinking. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it, and if you enjoyed the content, like and comment down below. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And Carnell Tate is a five-star prospect coming in at number 28 overall and the number 3 wide receiver playing for IMG. And he is a wide receiver that has immense talent. Standing 6'2" and per 24/7 Sports, coming in at 185 pounds. If you watch his film, they move him all over the field. And that's something I really like for these high school wide receivers. The ability to be utilized at multiple different positions, because it only increases not only the flexibility in how you can help your team once you get to the college level, but the type of wide receiver sets your team can now do because of your flexibility. So that's the first thing I noticed that I was really impressed by. And then outside of that, he has every attribute you would want out of a five-star wide receiver. He can go up and get it. He runs good routes. And this is someone I know the Ohio State faithful are going to be incredibly excited about. And Carnell Tate is another in a long line of five-star wide receivers that have chose Brian Hartline and the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's never surprising when I see these blue chip wide receivers choose institutions such as Ohio State, such as Alabama, LSU, because those institutions year in, year out are churning out wide receivers and sending them as high value NFL draft picks, and it doesn't look to stop anytime soon. Certainly not with Ohio State getting another five-star weapon to utilize. And this for Ohio State, I think, is going to be interesting to see what comes next, because even though the Buckeyes don't currently have a quarterback in the class of 2023, it's not like they're super pressed for one. Ohio State has recruited the quarterback position as well as anybody in the nation, and if we look at the class of 2024, they have a quarterback they cannot wait to get in Dylan Raiola, someone who, even though that signing day is a long ways away, the Buckeyes fans, I can guarantee it, are counting down the days until he's on campus. He is that gifted of a prospect. So to round out what this means for Ohio State, you get a five-star wide receiver with an incredibly deep skill set, which is always exciting, but he's another in a line of many five-star and blue-chip four-star prospects that have come before him in that wide receiver room. And furthermore, if we look at the class of 2023, Ohio State is in it for another top-tier wide receiver, the number 2 wide receiver in the nation, also playing his high school football in the state of Florida, Brandon Ennis. Teams such as USC, Ohio State, and Alabama will be battling it out for who will land the talented five-star wide receiver. But if Ohio State can double down, watch out, because what a win that would be, getting Carnell Tate and Brandon Ennis. But for a team such as Tennessee, who many national pundits thought it was a two-team race between Ohio State and Tennessee, what does this mean for the Volunteers? And fear not, Volunteer fans. First and foremost, there's still plenty of time to go in this recruiting class. I'm not going to lie to you and say it's ever easy on missing a five-star prospect. Certainly not a five-star prospect with the skill set Carnell Tate brings to the table. You would have loved to have gotten this prospect in, there's no doubt about it. But you get to go back to the drawing board with ample time remaining in your class, and you have an ace in your recruiting class that you can use anytime you'd like. And that's the five-star quarterback who comes in as the number 4 player overall, Nicholas Iamaleava, who just won MVP of the OT 7-7-on-7 camp. So that in and of itself is a very powerful, compelling recruiting pitch the Tennessee Volunteers will look to utilize. I have no doubt that playmakers are going to want to play with Iamaleava. So there are going to be top-tier playmakers at the running back position, at the wide receiver position, I would imagine, looking to join that Tennessee class. It's just a question as to who and how many. That's what we're going to have to see. But there is no question that there's a lot of excitement excitement around what Josh Heupel right now is doing at Tennessee. I'm very interested to see what happens this upcoming season, and especially when Nicholas Iamaleava gets on campus, because he is a supremely gifted athlete. So to summarize for Tennessee, even though there's a lot of time in the recruiting class, in a perfect world, you absolutely add in Carnell Tate. He's a very gifted prospect, and being able to pair him with Nicholas Iamaleava would have given that fan base so much excitement. The good news is you do have so much time to go back to the drawing board to pick out other prospects, and with the existence of Nicholas Iamaleava in that class, it's only a matter of time before top-tier playmakers want to join him and see what they can do. So hop down to the comments, let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See ya.